and we are joined by Coach Tim Plough. Coach, it's Dave, it's Jason. Good morning.
Boys, you're not going to believe this, but we actually had to move our practices to 6:30 in the morning this week because of orientation for our grad school players. So I just want you to know, I care about you guys so much that I am actually watching our practice from my office right now to talk to you guys.
No.
Yes.
Well, I have to say this in all seriousness. Coach, we would be happy. Would you like to move to later in the day, in the show? We're on for 4 hours. Last thing we want to do is mess with your schedule.
No, you know what? It's actually it's a bye week. You know what I mean? We're good.
So, I'm gonna. You're a big fight fan. I know you're not boxing more than MMA. There was a mixed martial artist named Joseph Benavidez, local guy, fought out of Uriah Faber's gym. And I'm going somewhere with this. He fought for the world championship against a guy whose nickname was Mighty Mouse, who came in, and we were at, I think, Arco Arena, might have been Golden One. And I was sitting with his family. I was sitting next to his mom and some family members, and we're watching the fight. We're so excited. Joseph's got a chance to win the title. This is amazing. He's a wonderful story. Well, kid gets in there, and the champion knocks him out in, I don't know what it was, 30 seconds, just catches him with a punch, and it's over. And I remember talking to Joseph afterwards, and he said, you know, the thing that sucks about that, I didn't learn anything from it. It's one thing if I got beaten down for 5 rounds, I could learn something from that. But what am I going to learn? Duck the KO punch? I already know that. It's a matter of inches. So in this case, you didn't lose last weekend by 1 or 2. I mean, it was a convincing loss, or win, if you will. What are you able to learn from those and to get across to your team when it's that big of a deficit?
Well, I think the thing we talked about all week was perspective. I tried to talk to them during the week about perspective and to try to be realistic and authentic about what we're doing and who we are. Mm-hmm. And doesn't mean that you can't win games like that, right? You see teams pull stuff like that off all the time. Sure. But I wanted to keep perspective of like, hey, this is a $30 million plus payroll FBS Power 4 team. It's not like we're playing a Mountain West team or something like that. And, if they come out and play really well and we don't play our best, these are the kind of games that can happen. And, we pulled our starters at halftime and they didn't pull their starters at all. And so you got your, a bunch of guys on our team got a chance to get reps and got a chance to play some live football against a Big Ten football team. So the thing you learn from it is it's still football and there's still plays on the film. Like, hey, here's a great executed play. Here's us above the line. Here's a poorly executed play. Here's us below the line. And, we keep coaching off of it, and I've tried to detach from results since I got here with these guys, so try to play pretty consistent every Monday. I'm going to come in and have the same meeting with them, whether we lose by 100 or win by 100. Doesn't mean I enjoy losing or like getting blown out by the Huskies, but at the same time, I hope everybody can have a realistic approach to what those games really mean, which is, hey, those games are for us to financially support our athletic program. The football team is going to steward that process. Sometimes you play a Power 4 team that's on a down year, and sometimes you play a Power 4 team that's pretty freaking good. We happen to play one that's really good, and we're going to pick up that check, take care of our athletic program, and then move on to try to win a championship. And, Montana State got beat by 100 by Oregon, and then almost beat South Dakota State the next week. So I think a lot of the FCS Power 4 FBS changes, it's different than it was 20 years ago, like when I was playing. That because of NIL, in my opinion, there is the Power 4 level, and there's actually probably an elite part of Power 4. There's probably 20 teams right now. They're just playing a different sport. And then there's, the group of 5, like Mountain West teams, and the Big Sky. Those teams are all the same, but there's no FBS, FCS anymore. It's Power 4, and then there's everybody else. And, if you don't play well and they play well, you could have games like that. And those teams need to run the score up because they're trying to make the playoffs, and I get it. And I just hope everyone has a realistic, authentic approach to that. like I tried to talk to our team about last week, and I think they did, and I think they're ready for the bye week and ready to get the real season started.
Yeah, do you like, Coach? That, I mean, a lot of times you have a game like that, like, man, I just can't wait to get back out on the field. Well, you got an extra week to get back out on the field. You like the fact that where you're by this, because I know you have 2 byes this year, but where this one is placed?
I mean, I could not be at a better place. It's been a pretty brutal 3 weeks. I mean, don't want to make any excuses or anything, but I would say our guys are pretty tired. I mean, you fly out to Alabama, get back at 4 a.m., fly out to Utah, get back at 4 a.m., fly out to Seattle, get back at 4 a.m. 3 straight road games, started on a 0 week. I think our guys are pretty worn out at this point. And so the bye week couldn't come at a better time. And then we got a good little run here. We got, home game, in-state game, home game. So we got the travel goes back to normal, and hopefully we can get ourselves playing at a high level and get some home games and get a little run here.
Coach Tim Plough joining us. Coach, in speaking on this game last weekend as well, they say iron sharpens iron, and I get it. Like we're talking 2 different levels of programs there, but is there any iron sharpening iron in the sense that, like, yeah, okay, we got smoked by this huge program, but in a sense, maybe it I don't want to disrespect your opponent next, but there's a little bit of bricks off the feet going into the next matchup?
I definitely think, especially our team being as young as they are, we got a starting freshman right tackle who had a really tough night. We had a, freshman quarterback who's getting knocked around. We got some freshman receivers that are out there playing, and a freshman tailback, and those type of experiences I can't simulate that at practice for them, and they're not going to see anything at the size or speed or, event that they saw the other night. And so I think those experiences can be positive for guys, because what happened for a lot of them is, as the game went on, they started playing with a little more confidence. Okay, maybe this isn't that bad. Maybe I can handle this. They start getting a little bit better. And I think just taking that and banking that is a great experience for those guys. So I do think, even though the score looks the way it is, I do think that the guys' experience in that is going to make them a lot stronger when you're playing, FCS like-minded opponents, really good Big Sky teams. Going to Bozeman in November is not going to feel like a whole lot after going to Seattle. So I think they're going to feel like it's something that helped them in the process. And again, hopefully we've trained them enough in our environment to be like, hey, we're not really a result-oriented team anyway. Like, we're all about our process. We're going to come back on Monday. We're going to check out the film. Here's what we did well. Here's what we didn't do well. Hopefully we did enough well things to win the game. And if we didn't, we'll try to fix them. And the things we did well, we'll try to keep doing them.
Coach, the way you described the difference between the FBS and FCS, I think is spot on, especially with those maybe the elite group of the Power Four, and you face just a great program in Washington. Are you a part of future scheduling, or is that all AD? Like, you say, like, hey, do us a favor. I know we need to make some money, but can we face one of those lesser groups? Like, how are you involved in the schedule, or are you at all?
Yeah, they definitely talked to me about it. Like, for example, we just signed off on a deal to play North Dakota State in 2028, 2029, doing a home and home, which we're excited about, but they wanted to check with me. Hey, are you cool with, playing North Dakota State? They're obviously a great program. And when it comes to the Power Four games, they'll talk to me a little bit. But again, I think what I would tell our alumni and donors and, people in the Sacramento area is you know what, like, those games right now, we don't have the financial stability to run all of our teams without that money that we get from those games. And I'm okay with that, man. Like I said, I'm proud that the football team stewards that process for all the sports, and those games still have great impact on our players, and it's a great experience for them. But with where football is right now, I think, and you saw it, there was 9 games FCS versus Power 4 on Saturday. 9 games where the score was what ours was. There was a 60-point deficit. That hasn't happened since 1922. And so I think it just shows that, this NIL thing separates those top-end FBS Power 4 teams from everybody else, and that's why the Mountain West teams have gotten worse. I mean, we recruit against Mountain West teams every year, and we beat them on players. And if we were to play, again, if the Big Sky and the Mountain West were to merge tomorrow, I'm sure Boise would probably win the conference, but I'd be shocked if the Big Sky teams weren't like second, third, and fourth. Like, I just feel like the lower end power, the lower end FBS has gotten worse because of the NIL. They're losing all their players, and FCS is losing their players, and so now everyone's kind of equal except for those 20 to 30 teams. And if you happen to play one, it's going to probably look like it did on Saturday.
Well, that is Coach Tim Plough taking time away from a early practice to speak with us. Get down there, and here, I got a good line for you. Be like, hey, I'm down here to chew gum and kick some butt. I'm all out of gum.
Is that your good line?
Yeah, I think that's a good line you can use if people are getting out of line, Coach. Not that you need the help, but I just thought I'd help you. Just if you want.
I thought it was going to be dazed and confused. I won't say the whole line because it involves alcohol, but I think doesn't he say something like, "I came here to drink soda, get in a fight. Looks like I'm all out of soda."
That's
yeah.
right.
You could use that one.
There you go. Use that one too. Just use Fresca. It'll really get to him. Coach, appreciate you as always. Good luck. Good luck against Southern Utah. We appreciate you. We know you got a little time off, thank goodness, and we'll talk to you before that next matchup. Thank you for your time.
Boys, I look forward to this every week. Find joy this week. Let's have a good bye week, and then let's get this thing rolling next week, all right?
You got it, brother. Cannot wait. Thanks, that is Coach Tim Plough. We will take a break. When we come back, we got 3 for Madness.